Welcome to the preview.
Tell me it is to take the Lord and Savior Steve Irwin. You drop to your knees and pray to him, and at one point, at the end of the prayer, instead of saying amen, you just go, danger, danger, danger. Sometimes you gotta take leaps.
Christ on a stick, Toby.
Danger, danger, danger. Hey fuckers, how's it going?
Fever.
And he's got a double ear infection, so he's...
Oh.
I feel bad for him, but my God, if you fucking choose something else, I'm going to kick him in the nuts.
I thought you had those removed.
And the non-existent nuts.
There it is.
Obviously, I'm talking about my adorable, wonderful, and lovely dog, Toby, whom I love more than just about anything. He's a wonderful boy, and shameless plug, you can check him out at We3Divas on Instagram and on _DOM.INIQUE _ at Instagram. In addition to hopefully following us at First Question Podcast, also on Instagram, where we would love for you to tag us in pictures of your furry fuckers. That's right. Tag us at First Question Podcast in pictures of your beloved animals, engaging in furry shenanigans.
Ow! Hey fuckers, how's it going? Speaking of other cute, cuddly things that need to be kicked in the nuts, we decided that we needed to bring you guys a palate cleanser after Chris Watts ruined at least 1/3 of this podcast's mental health, even more than it already was. But we're covering drop bears.
So I think instead of calling it a palate cleanser, this is a happy corner episode.
I like that.
Instead of a happy corner segment, this is a happy corner episode.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. We did have a previous Happy Corner episode.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Giant penguins.
Right,
Oh, yeah,
which is
that
a
one.
lot of fun to research, and this was also a lot of fun to research.
Oh God! So
are we ready for the intro?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
All right. Australia is a place full of wonders. Its breathtaking landscapes and unique animal life make it a country and continent like no other. Where else can you see something with a body like a beaver and the head of a duck with flippers? Oh, and it can kill you. Or an animal that can jump up to 70 miles per hour and has a pouch in its belly that holds its young. Oh, and it can kill you. Or a small, fluffy-eared bear that just chills in a tree all day eating one specific type of leaf. Oh, and some of them look exactly like the calm, sleepy koala, while others are bloodthirsty animals known as drop bears. Oh, and they can kill you too. First question, what in the fuck is a drop bear?
first answer, dude, you totally read that like in my mind how I heard it. Maybe where she's describing a story. Oh yeah.
Like who? Oh, like Louise.
Oh God, I just recently got into Bob's Burgers because I got Alpaca Girlfriend, the Bob's Burger cookbook.
Yeah, we got my brother-in-law that for Christmas this year.
Dude, it's awesome. We did the one from the episode they went skiing in where it was on rye bread. I can't remember the name, but it was on like rye bread with thick cut cheddar cheese, horseradish. It was delicious.
Ooh, I wanted to try that black garlic one. That one looks really good.
That's the one she wants to try too. We just got to find black garlic.
You have to go to that artisanal store.
Oh yeah, we got to go into a place where my beard matches, but not my personality.
Correct. Correct.
Yes.
All right. So, first question, what in the fuck is a drop bear? Well, the drop bear scientific name is
Silarctos plummetus.
I love that in the drop bear's name, its last name is Plummetus.
yes.
Which just is a great sound for falling. He took a plummetus down 3 floors. That's what I'm. Matt, did you fall off that ladder? No, I plummetus.
It's more like I shall plummetus off this ladder.
Matt, what happened? I don't know. I was up there. I'm down here. Some plummetus clearly occurred.
That just sounds dirty. I don't know why.
Sounds like the plumbus from the Rick and Morty, like interdimensional cable. First, you gather the sneed.
Today on How They Do It, plumbuses. Everyone has a plumbus in their home. First, they take the dingle pop and they smooth it out with a bunch of schleem. The schleem is then repurposed for later batches. They take the dingle pop and they push it through the grumbo where the fleeb is rubbed against it. It's important that the fleeb is rubbed because the fleeb has all of the fleeb juice. Then a shlami shows up and he rubs it and spits on it. They cut the fleeb. There's several gizzards in the way. The blamps rub against the chumbles, and the plubis and grumbo are shaved away. That leaves you with a regular old plumbus. I always wondered how plumbuses got made.
Like, what? Get ready, guys. It's going to be ADD super. ADD deluxe. All right. A drop bear is described as a predatory carnivorous version of a koala. In fact, it looks just like a koala. Oh, but some are the size of a leopard. Oh, and it may have coarse orange fur with dark mottling. Oh, and it has powerful premolars opposed to canine teeth. Oh, and it weighs like 260 pounds and can be as long as 51 inches. So I guess it really doesn't look like much like a koala. But some reports say it looks like a koala, and others say it's this large, hulking, orange, frothing beast.
Don't feel safe, and don't, if you think you see a koala, probably not.
It might not be.
That's all.
Right. It's gonna drop on you and eat you.
It might.
So on one hand, you just have this cute, small, cuddly, but ferocious thing, like Danielle Harris, if anybody knows Scream Queen.
Yes. Yeah.
Total horror crush on Danielle Harris. Danielle Harris dropping out of a tree attacking people, but not in the fun way I want to picture it in my brain. And then on the other hand, you have just this hulking monster, and I can't wait till we get into the theory of how the drop bear story got started, because I have another idea that I've been laughing about all week, because it's just grown and grown and grown into this great story I have pictured in my head. Little foreshadowing. Once again, you can see this all live for our Patreon.
Drop bears do inhabit treetops, just like koalas. They attack unsuspecting people by dropping on them when they walk under. So you're just like walking under some trees, like do, and then all of a sudden, here comes a giant bear going to eat your face off.
Just the image, it's got to be terrifying. But if you could take the cynical step back and just watch this bear come flying out of the tree like it's Hans Gruber at the end of Die Hard on an unsuspecting dude's head.
I kind of see a regular-looking koala with big pointy teeth, like the bunny in
Monty Python.
Monty Python.
It's got a vicious streak a mile wide. It's a killer. Get up. Do you have a treatment? Oh yeah, manky Scots git. I'm warning you. What's he do? Nibble your bum? He's got huge sharp. He can leap about. Look at the bones. You silly sod. Oh, you got us all worked up. Oh, that's no ordinary rabbit. That's the most foul, cruel, and bad-tempered rodent you ever set eyes on. You tit! I saw my arm and I was so scared.
But I see it just kind of fall out of a tree onto someone's head and then just start like sucking on their face, but not in like
I see the
major way.
I see the fall like if Gordy stole one of your stuffed animals and dropped it off the stairs, like that slow descent.
Yeah, we're just kind of like fall.
Just cue the bump bump, bump bump, like dramatic music. Yes, like one dude's looking at a map of the Outback upside down, like trying to figure out what way is Sydney. Drop bears just flying down.
Let's go. All right. Well, if anyone is going to Australia anytime soon. What repels a drop bear? Because this is super important information, because now we're going to be educational. So, it is said that a smear of Vegemite or Ozymite dabbed on one's body like sun cream lotion is supposed to help. But if you can't find any, apparently toothpaste just put behind your ears works as well.
Oh, God.
But if you don't have any of that, just piss your pants or talk in an Australian accent. But wait, there's more.
Oh, dear God. This is ridiculous. Please tell me it is to take the Lord and Savior Steve Irwin. You just drop to your knees and pray to him, and at one point, at the end of the prayer, instead of saying amen, you just go, danger, danger, danger. Steve Irwin versus drop bears. He's falling down the tree following him.
Couldn't you see him hold a giant drop bear going, look at this beauty, and...
With the Kevlar suit on and like the goggles.
No, he wouldn't have that at all.
He wouldn't
even have the Vegemite. He would use himself, his fade, in his short shorts, dirty from last week. Terry is still complaining about the goddamn laundry. The washing machine is broke for the 15th time this month because Steve still rolls around in the mud with the crocodiles.
Well, I was going to say, he went and snuggled with Crocs without a Kevlar suit. Plus, he has an Australian accent because he was Australian. So he would have been fine because drop bears don't attack Australians.
Right.
They just attack tourists.
Drop
but anyways,
bears are racist. I forgot.
They super are. The last way to repel a drop bear, it is said that there are no recorded drop bear attacks on people who ventured into the bush with forks in their hair.
I wonder why that is.
You know, I have a theory that I'll get you in a hot second.
During the heyday, just watching a bunch of dumb fat Americans walking around smeared in Vegemite with forks in their hair.
Just wait, man.
Pissing their pants.
Just wait.
Shitting themselves.
Oh, this makes the story 10 times better.
Dude, just fucking wait. So now that we know what a drop bear is and what it may or may not look like, drop bears were first mentioned in a classified ad in the Canberra Times in 1982. However, that term was not unheard of at that time. It was usually used just to scare scouts on camping trips and stuff like that. Also, the Australian Museum has a small display exhibiting artifacts which, and I quote, may or may not relate to actual drop bears.
Yeah, I like that.
May or may not.
Okay.
Did we not mention that this is a fictional creature?
Whoops.
This is a fictional creature that contemporary Australians have invented for the sole purpose of fucking with tourists. Mm-hmm. Which makes this great.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. It showed up in a classified ad in, 1982?
Yeah.
And the giant penguins were in, 1946?
Something like that.
How great would it be if the dude who invented drop bears was actually related to the guy who invented the giant penguins and he was just trying to one-up Grandpa?
Which, in theory, would be hilarious, but the term drop bear had been around. It was just the first time the term drop bear was printed. Segue Queen, here's how sick they are. What makes this worth our while is the extent that the people have gone to with this bit. The sheer commitment to this is absolutely astounding because the whole country
is in on it.
Like previously mentioned, the Australian Museum has a goddamn display on them. But wait, there's more. Australian Geographic ran an article on their website on April Fool's Day of 2013 talking about how researchers have found that drop bears were more likely to attack tourists. And the article was based on a 2012 paper published in the Australian Geographer. So they're basing shit on basing shit. So remember back before COVID when Australia was on fucking fire? A British news agency, The Sun, sent a team of reporters to a wildlife agency on Kangaroo Island. And this place was rehabbing animals that were burned and scalded in the fire. And the people of the agency that are spending all of their time nursing sick animals back to health convinced the entire team of British reporters that the koala they gave the anchor woman to hold was a drop bear, and it could possibly murder her. She bought fucking Kevlar, and she's got goggles on and the whole 9 yards. It is hilarious because this guy comes out and he's like shielding his face, holding this snuggly little koala who looks like it's half asleep. And the guy who she's talking to, he goes, well, this is how you know it's a drop bear. You see how it's got those little black bristles? That's a telltale sign. And, this guy, he's not giving him any eye contact. So you're going to have to be very calm and hold him. And he's giving her all these instructions. She goes, I don't think I'm comfortable with this. They're like, here you go. And they give her the koala. It was great. Meanwhile, her producer is off camera going, take it away from her. We are not comfortable with this. And everybody else is pissing their pants. And it's all on video.
They literally have yes-anded themselves into notoriety.
There's even going to be a movie this year called Drop, all about drop bears. And apparently it's a full-length feature film that will get a full theater release.
Yes.
I'm kind of excited. I know nothing about it other than the fact that it's about drop bears.
Dude, we got to get together. We got to get all of us, we got to get really up there and Uber and go see it. I'm talking so up there, airplanes look like ants. Because that's the only way it's going to make sense.
Yeah.
But we are going to literally be pissing ourselves through this entire movie. I really hope the people who made it just went in there with a kind of fuck it Sharknado technique. We conned our way into this money.
Yeah.
Shit. We got to make a film, Johnny. What are we going to do? We're in front of the board right now. Shit, say something. Drop bear. Yep, drop bears. Yep, that's what it's all about.
I hope it's like that movie Black Sheep, the Were Sheep.
That
was
tackled. It was so
right up there with Zombievers.
That was a good one, yeah.
I think it was better than Zombievers. Don't get me wrong, in Zombievers you did see the puppeteer's arm in one shot, which was great. Matt, what is your theory about this?
So I've been giving this a lot of thought and about how did this become to the point that in Mystery Science Theater 3000, The Gauntlet, when they do the Reptilicus rap, he actually raps about drop bears, and then they joke about how,
he does.
Yes, he does. It's in his Every Country Has a Monster song that is awesome. Something like, Australia, drop bears will impale you, and they'll sell you hellish tourist paraphernalia. It's a very white guy, Weird Al rap. I sat there at work and I'm like, how the fuck do you... And the only way I could rationalize it is back in the day, there was an Outback Safari, right? And there was one guy and he woke up and he went to go make his first cup of coffee and he poured his water into the coffee pot. He swung it around, it hit his pan. His coffee pot broke. His morning started off like shit. Then he goes to work and he just has shitty tourist after shitty tourist. And then all of a sudden he gets the shittiest tourist of all. And they're asking him all the dumb questions. He just wants to get to the bar. And when he finally gets to the bar, who the fuck's there but the shitty tourist asking him more questions? And he's pissed off and he's half drunk. And they ask him, what's the most dangerous animal out here? And he just goes, the fucking drop bears, mate. And then they just start asking him questions and he starts ranting and he gets them just all worked up and then more people come. And then the next day he goes, you guys want to have a good time after a hard day? Go tell a bunch of tourists about drop bears. And it just spread. Just one guy. It's the Wayne's World thing. Somebody said something and they tell two friends and they tell two friends.
I mean, it could have happened that way. Because in theory, he could have been like, yeah, let's tell him about the boogeyman from when I was a kid. In all actuality, though, it is theorized that stories were passed down through generations of encounters.
Christ on a stick, Toby.
With,
yeah, it's not Christ on a stick, but it could be Thylacoleo carnifex.
Hey, I wasn't too bad. Commonly called a pouch lion, because that sounds adorable.
That sounds fucking...
It sounds like something you can buy on Facebook that, like, you can flip and it'll tell when your girlfriend's mad at you.
All I picture in my head is a lion with a kangaroo pouch looking very sad.
It's like a minion.
That would be kind of adorable, like a little Simba in a kangaroo pouch.
Yeah.
Okay.
What, Rafiki just hops up and wiggles his belly on Pride Rock instead of, like, hoisting him up?
Just in a little pouch going, hello.
Just the paws going.
The pouch lion is a now extinct marsupial lion, which does kind of sound terrifying because basically everything in Australia is trying to kill you. Have you seen some of those goddamn spiders that are like the size of like my computer screen? They're probably bigger than that. It's fucking crazy.
What is it about Australia? Not only did Britain colonize it with prisoners, but it's like the whole world used it as its Hunger Games dumping ground. Hey, what do you guys want to put in the water? Sharks. All the sharks. Fucking let's throw sharks in there.
Well, it was like, here, let's throw a bunch of used parts in a box, shake it up, and see what happens. Oh, look, it's the duck-billed platypus, and it has poisonous spines on it. That can kill you.
Yes, but let's also produce some of the most attractive people the world has ever seen on a consistent basis.
Heinous ones, too, to be honest. Let's be honest. There are some
fucking heinous ones,
too. And some gorgeous ones. There's nothing in between. It's one or the other.
Yeah, you're either going home with a Hemsworth or a Buscemi.
I was going to say, one of my favorite drag queens is from Australia. Her name is Courtney Act. And if you say it in an Australian accent, it sounds like caught in the act.
Oh!
Yeah.
Courtney Act. That's cute.
And she's gorgeous and came in second on Australian Idol as a queen. She tried out as a guy and didn't make it. So then she got all dragged up and came the next day and got in.
That is awesome. I love that.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
And AC/DC came from Australia, too.
The lion is related to the koala as a suborder.
I got the segue. You're talking about your favorite drag queen. Drag queens are very fashionable. What do they have? Pouches and clutches, getting back into pouch lions.
Okay. I guess we'll allow that.
It's a stretch, but I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it.
To be famous, Evel Knievel had to jump over more buses than most people ever thought about on a motorcycle. Sometimes you gotta take leaps.
On a Segway.
Okay, so Segway King, after your Evel Knievel thing, how do we get back to fucking pouch lions?
Speaking of flying through the air and things that I don't fucking know, so pouch lion.
How about this? This is a pouch lion. Back to pouch lion.
Oh, Toby.
Natural of a pouch lion. Yes, yes.
The pouch lion is related to a koala as it's part of the same suborder, and it was thought to have climbed trees just like the koalas. And the skull kind of sort of looks similar, I would say. But it was further thought that it was capable of taking down rhinoceros-sized creatures called
Diprotodons. They had two teeth that were long that stuck out, and they existed in the Pleistocene epoch.
Sure, I don't know what that is, but I thought it was interesting that it was the size of a rhino.
It means
you have lions with cargo pockets dropping out of the trees, taking down rhinos.
Yeah, exactly.
There it is, lions in cargo pants. But honestly, though, just looking at the skull of this thing is really fucking intimidating. They have some very complete skeletons of them, and they found these giant ass scratch marks in caves and cave paintings of these. So it's very possible that this could have been what a drop bear actually was. But don't worry, they existed mainly in the...
Yes.
And don't worry, folks, because it's Australia, the noble trenchcoat eagle made sure that the pouch lion was extinct.
The Pliocene and Pleistocene epochs. And then...
Thank you.
46,000 years ago, they became extinct.
Right. Because they're part of the same suborder as the koala, all I can see is like a saber-toothed koala. There's something very deep in our genetics that makes us all afraid of a lot of the same things that we can't really explain. So, I mean, it's not a huge leap to say that these were actual drop bears and they are extinct.
You know, it's the fear of the unknown. What's to say that they're the drop bear attacks? Like, we've poked fun at it. It's been a lot of fun. I love Happy Corner.
Happy Corner episode.
But what's to say you hear about attacks here of pumas being in trees and, you know, it could be a lot of things.
Okay, so when my friend from Australia came, Firstly, she was horrified. She stayed with me here for 6 weeks. She had to go to the doctor, and she's like, "Oh my God, you guys literally do have to pay for healthcare." I was like, "I wasn't fucking kidding ya. I'm not joking about that." And she was like, "No, but literally it costs like hundreds of dollars." I'm like, "Yeah, bitch, yes, it does." And so, yeah, she was telling me about the drop bears, and I was like, "Well, that's our drop bear for-profit healthcare that you have to pay a shit ton for, even when you're like in the emergency room." And she's like, "That's just not right. That's not right." I'm like,
"Oh God, what killed?"
Well, I was gonna say the difference is that our healthcare system is very real, and just as scary, and can also kill you.
Yeah, I was about to say, what would you rather have more? Death by cute cuddly koala dropping out of the sky, or death by bills because you stubbed your toe and it turns out you have conjunctivitis?
Isn't conjunctivitis pink eye?
I like conjunctivitis.
No, that's conjunctivitis. This was conjunctivitis.
Yeah, so they have a cool fake bad guy.
Overall, despite
it.
everything wanting to kill you, Australia seems like a pretty rad place.
And you could go to the hospital for free. Like,
right.
Come on. If it
like
drops
everywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
They also have, quokkas there who will take selfies with you, and they're just like these little pot-bellied bears that are like, "Hey, I'm cute." They're adorable. They're
the ones that look like chubby old men with smiles?
Yes. Chubby, furry old men with smiles, and they're all happy to see you, and they like to take selfies.
Yeah, so can we just go live there, please?
But you know what?
Also would like a wombat as a pet.
Australia has had its blunders as well as drop bears. The Great Emu War, where Australia did declare war on... Yeah, the Great Emu War. There's a great oversimplified history on it, where a little bit after World War I, Australia, the government, declared war on emus, the birds.
Why?
They were destroying crops, and here's the funniest thing. They lost.
The emus won?
Yes. It's a real fact. It's a real history fact.
I'm adding it to the list.
The Great Emu War.
This is Australia. For the man who imagines being strangled by a tarantula while a kangaroo breaks his kneecaps and thinks, yes, please. For the man who pictures himself being eaten by a snake in the burning outback while eating a Vegemite sandwich and thinks, Party members suggested that medals should be handed out to the emus, who had won every round so far.
Hey, maybe if we just roll up there with trucks and machine guns, we can just mow them down, because,
it's just a bird.
And then the birds were like, "Hey, fuck, look at those trucks. You know what? Those are bigger than us. We should run away."
No, I do want to thank my work friend Dino for telling me about drop bears. This episode is brought to you by Dino.
Yeah,
he's also the one that introduced me to Last Podcast on the Left and Hardcore History.
I need to start Hardcore History.
Oh, no. It's very battle heavy, which if you're into that sort of thing, it's really, really good.
If you guys enjoy our little Happy Corner and a little Happy Corner episode, let us know the other little known fun cases.
I like silly hoaxes. Keep asking questions.
Make your own reality.
And let the facts be your answers.